have currently active. But one of the ones you are going to see is this one, MLA entire team. Inside this project is included anybody, any teacher that is currently active at any capacity. So we're going to go ahead and go into this one. And here are the main six um, sections, I guess we could call it, for Basecamp. Although in your personal Basecamp, you probably will not have the automatic reminders, but you will have the chat, discussions, to do, calendar, and docs and files. So the chat section, this is pretty much like a text messaging service. We have, let me get the screen a little bit smaller. We're able to chat in real time. Most of the time, either myself or Angel, your administration team, is available. Probably not Sundays. And in the mornings, it also just depends on who's available. But more than likely, one of us is. The one thing about the chat section is that I want you to remember to always start with the at symbol, and then you can tag one of us. That way we get the notification. Because otherwise, if you just go in here and type away and submit the message, we will see the notification, but only when we open up the app. It's not going to send us a notification, especially on the mobile app, which I'm going to cover in a little bit. So again, this is the chat section, and I wanted you to remember to use the at to tag one of us. Then we have the discussion section, and this, I myself use this to post encouragement articles or sometimes even videos. But again, the point that I want to make is that when there is a discussion, we're able to discuss it and as a thread under, and it all stays under the same subject, whatever is being discussed. And by the way, if you haven't read this article here, it is pretty amazing. Get to it. I'm gonna go back, and then we have the to-dos. This is probably the most important section of Basecamp, and regardless of the project, whether it's entire team or your personal one or a class. And the basic rule to this is the following: anything that needs a follow-up action, anything that either you need to get done or you're asking myself or Angel to get done, anything, it needs to be labeled under a to-do. You will write as concise as possible whatever the title of the task is. You need to assign it to one of us. It needs to be assigned, and you need to put a date. It could be the date that you are submitting, or it could be a future date. And then in here is where you get to write some details, and then you assign it. This is so important because as we are interacting, especially when you're here in person, if you tell us, hey, I need to, can we look into this? Do we have these books? Or, we might answer you at the moment, but there's a million things going on, and we're going to forget, and you're going to forget. And what this happens with Basecamp is that the moment you assign, and you can even assign something to yourself, and you put a due date on it, Basecamp every morning will be reminding you. It'll be one of your notifications here. Like, for example, for myself here, update a spreadsheet that I need to do. It's been open for a few days. I haven't gotten to it, and it's there every morning until I get it done. Once I mark it done, it's out of the picture. So again, this is probably the most important section of Basecamp. Take a look at in here. I'm trying to do some teaching resources. Don't check it off. They're just things for you to be able to check out if you're interested in that. And then the calendar, obviously, it's self-explanatory. But look at what happened here. Whenever you add a task and you assign it a date, it will also show up in your calendar. This is the task that I did on the to-do section. And so that's pretty cool also, because you can open up your calendar and you can look at, maybe if you were to assign yourself a task for the 17th or the 18th, you'll see it here as a list showing up. Um, One other thing about this is that you can add your this calendar to your Google, your Outlook, your Apple calendar. Use the Basecamp calendar to mark anything related to Musical Living Academy. But then if you need to, go ahead and add it to your personal um, calendar. That way you put your own reminders. So it's a pretty cool system. And then finally, docs and files, exactly what it is. You know, again, we're under the entire team Basecamp. We have the master availability, which is a Google spreadsheet. We have some tracks. There might be some things here that need to be deleted on our part. We'll go through that soon. Teaching resources, guitar tracks. Um, Look through these things. This is again for your use. We're gonna need to create new business cards, so that needs to go. But anyways, anything that needs to be uploaded, it could be an MP3, it could be a PDF, it could be a video, it could be pretty much anything. It's gonna go in here. And then I've set up automatic reminders for this base camp, which is the entire team. And here are some of the automatic reminders. Is the month's roster up to date? This I think goes out twice a month. No need to reply. It's just a reminder so you can get it done. This is so necessary, guys. When you guys don't have the roster updated by the 20th at least, that delays me being able to get your summaries out by the 28th or 29th of the month. I really want to get that done every month. But when you don't have it done, especially on a busy month, which is a lot now, um, I'm dedicating the third week of the month to start doing summaries. And if it's not done on your end, I can't work on your summary. And I only have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to do that, because then Thursday and Friday I'm busy teaching in the mornings as well. So if it's not done, I might not get to it again till another 7 to 10 days. And I mean, that's fine if you're okay with it, but for me, I do like to get the finances in order by the end of the month. I want to be scheduling the payments by the 30th or whatever the last day of the month is. I want to get everything done on time. So this is so important that you just keep it up to date. As soon as a student drops, or as soon as you get a new student, just go into your roster and get it done. Where's your roster? Okay, well, your roster is, I'm going to go into my personal base camp, which is separate from the entire team. Your roster is going to be located in your personal base camp under docs and files. And I have it right here. Okay, and we'll go over the roster um, in another video, but just a really quick. It's a template, so you should have your the roster already as a template. You just need to edit it, and you go in there, and in case you don't know, you can go in here and you can edit, and then when you're done editing, you can save the new version, and I get to see if you worked on it or not. Who last updated and all that. So, all right. Going back to the entire team base camp, we have. I really would like for all of us to be constantly submitting pictures, videos, just to be a constant stream of content. And for us, our content is demonstration. It's students playing. It's you teaching. It's really kind of like a raw version of what we do. It doesn't have to be the best polished version. It could be the work in progress. I think that's something that is very interesting for a lot of people, to watch the work in progress. So don't forget, please upload pictures, videos. I mean, once a week with one of your students at least. Make it a point, guys. It's so important. And then lastly, just for you to keep Musical Living Academy in your minds as you are operating on your day to day, wherever you are, just for you to share that you are part of this team, that you teach, that that there's opportunities here for children and adults to really make music, and to see how making music part of their lives is going to change their lives. Um, Going back to my home screen, um, besides the entire team, besides your personal one, if you do teach a class, then you're going to see a third one, which is going to be a class. For example, this one is Monday 2 p.m. This one is a pre-K class that is taught by Karina, and I'm not sure if Amy is able to assist or not, but she's part of the this base camp. And in here is where we have the class rosters, and it's not redundant. It's the fact that you can go into your class base camp and check, how many kids, what are the phone numbers. Um, we also try to have a class schedule of when the class started, when it's projected to end. What are the weeks that are closed. All this, we work it between Angel and myself to have everything available so you can be knowledgeable. So if a parent comes and asks you something, you're not constantly saying, I don't know, let me ask admin. Let me ask admin. We're really trying to provide everything to you so you can present yourself knowledgeable and professional. And guys, the more you're aware of what's going on with your own students, the better you can serve them. It's eh, I think that we're trying to always give you our best in terms of coming from admin to you. You guys need to also give your best, because at the end of the day, it's about the students. The reason why I demand so much from myself, and to try to really have everything to serve you guys, is so you guys can be comfortable as the teachers, as the team, so you guys can be knowledgeable. So, because at the end of the day, all of that translates into excellence with our students. And so far, man, you guys are awesome. And I don't say just to say it. Every single teacher that has become part of the team, it looks like you enjoy being here, and it translates to excellent experiences to the families, and we hear that a lot. So thank you, for whatever season of your life that you're part of Musical Living Academy. Thank you for choosing that. It's a choice. It's a choice to be in this um, relationship, I guess you could say it, with the team. It's not about me. You don't see it. I try not to make it about me. It's not about me. It's about us and the commitment that we have made to each other to build this amazing school, which I do believe we're already a great way there. The vision is to have Musical Living Academy be the school that all RGV families think of when they want their students to have a good experience, a solid music education, and teachers that care. And I really do think that we are there, especially with this new location now. It's a beautiful location that God has guided us to and provided us to. Lastly, I'm just gonna do a very quick run through of the mobile app. So Basecamp mobile looks like this, and I always reiterate that teachers need to start to use Basecamp on the computer so you can really see things clearly, because once you're in the mobile app, if you're not used to it, it looks confusing. And so right now I'm on the MLA entire team. You have the same sections here as little buttons. The chat works the same way. Um, the discussions, the to-dos, docs and files, and the calendar. So once you've seen now, also it's a lot easier to get confused on the mobile app if you're not looking at what Basecamp you're in. Entire team, or the administration one, or sorry, for me, the personal one, which would be like your personal one for yourself, or the class one if you're teaching a class. So again, if you're able to come back to the desktop version and kind of get used to seeing everything, it's a lot clearer, and then the mobile app is not going to be a problem for you. All right, guys, have a great day.